go. Well, good evening and welcome, everybody. It is Friday night edition on the Shills channel, so it's got to be PubChat. And holy God, as you can tell by the title, we've got a whole whack of stuff and even more to go through. We've got so many tabs open. We should retitle this High IQ Night because holy shit, we got a lot to go over. So I'm going to get organized in the background, and Amy's going to introduce you to all the groovy people.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We do have a great pub chat for you tonight. We've got a whole bunch of silly we can cover and a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get right around the room and see how everybody's doing. Hey, DKG, you're first up on my list. How are you this evening?
Oh shit! You came to me first. Oh no! It's quite nice on this side of the table here, looking out across everybody. Hello, everybody on the panel. Hello, hello, everybody in the chat. And I'm going to have a little drinky. Cheers, and we'll see where this goes.
Excellent. Sounds
down
like
the toilet
plan.
now. I'm here.
And there we go. And next up is M2M. How are you doing this evening, Matt?
Good evening, everybody. I'm doing smashing. I'm feeling a lot better. Just a bit tired, but other than that, I'm doing great. And I've started getting stuck into doing more videos. I've just started doing the series that I've been planning to do for weeks and weeks and weeks and never get around to it. And and I've got stuck into it. So the common moon hoax theories that I'm debunking. I've started off with the two easiest ones. So yeah, go and check it out after the show. Not right now. Just go and have a look.
Good series. I agree. They're totally worth watching. Great stuff.
Yeah, it's only just started. Long way to go yet. I've got 16 at the moment, but there's probably going to be a couple of additions and stuff like that. So I'll go through each one of them and see how we go.
And spoiler alert, yeah, the footprint, yeah, that was real. Shut up.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And next up, we have NoJustBe. B, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
Thank you so much for all you do for the show, and thank you for being amazing, because I feel like people need to hear that, and you do great every time. I am great. It's Friday. It's payday. Big weekend ahead. I don't have any plans, but, I'm just hoping it's going to be a long weekend, so we'll call it big. But so yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to tonight and hanging out with all you amazing people and hanging out with people in the chat. And yeah, I love Fridays.
Awesome. Me too. Fridays are always great. And next up, we have Mipet. Mipet69, how are you this evening?
Morning, guys. Well, morning for me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing really well today. Thank you. The weather has finally gone really well. And this week I've spent moving my son into his new house. So, yeah, lots of unpacking of boxes, this is actually the first time ever he's lived alone. So it's going to be an experience for him. Yeah, he's nearly 30 and this is the first time he's ever lived alone. So it's going to be a bit of a culture shock for him, but so busy week and looking forward to a bit of relaxation and some laughter tonight. Thank you.
Yay. That's awesome. And next up we have Mike Bertelson. Mike, how are you doing?
Doing good. It's
excellent.
It's been a long summer, and I have been on in a few weeks because we've just been so busy, and it's going to be good to get back into PubChat because that's really where it's all at too. Because this is like the best show on the YouTubes.
Well, thank you very much.
It's good to have you back too, buddy.
Yeah,
it is good. Yes, it is definitely.
Did you hear that, Internet? The best show on the Internet. Take note, Internet.
Intertubes.
Intertubes, yes.
That's right.
The interwebs.
Interwebs. There you go. Yeah.
Unfortunately, only 24 people seem to agree with us at the minute.
But that's okay. That will grow too, hopefully.
Fuck the rest of them.
Speaking of those 24 people, real quick, don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And last but not least, we have Dick Dawson. Dick, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good, but I'm launching right into something here. I want to show this as like an instant kickoff. This will be my intro tonight, but Sir Clive Sinclair has passed away.
I know.
And if you want to talk about people that were influential in the early days of consumer electronics, you must talk about this man. He was the shit. I mean, in Canada and in the United States, we didn't feel his influence as much. In the earlier days when he was doing like pocket calculators, that little Sinclair executive, I think it was called, was the cat's ass. But his stamp on what microelectronics and home computers came to be after was unbelievably massive. So hats off to the big man.
He was the Musk of the day.
Yeah. I had the ZX Spectrum as well with the rubber keys. It was awesome.
I had the 81 and the Spectrum.
And
drooled after the QL. And then, even the C5. I wanted one of those shit pedal bikes.
And then I went over to the dark side and got a Commodore. I think it was a VIC-20 I started off with, and then a Commodore 64, and kind of went to the dark side from then on.
Well, as soon as Amstrad took over the Sinclair stuff, it just turned to shit. So
but I mean, you got to admit though, the Sinclair C5, that little thing was
I have somewhere the original pamphlet in an envelope. Yeah, it's a big A4 envelope, the original pamphlet for the C5, because obviously I was on some kind of mailing list from Sinclair, and I've got the original pamphlet, and it's fucking awesome.
You didn't even need a driving license for those things, did you? Or you didn't, did you? Because it was electric motor or something.
Yeah, it was basically considered a trike, bicycle.
Yeah. But yeah, highly dangerous because he's so low in the ground. It's like truck drivers were complaining, I think, if I remember rightly, because they couldn't see them.
No,
Well, you
had the handy little flag that was stuck at the
do you remember the promotional picture of the kid using the rain zip-on thing? And he was so embarrassed. The look on his face was like, "My God, I can't believe this is my picture being taken."
I remember that. Yeah.
It looked like someone sitting in their not canoe. They forgot to put the canoe underneath them.
DKG, you mentioned the QL. The QL was where the Linux kernel was first born.
Ooh.
the computer had some pretty trick hardware for its day, but the OS was crap. And so Linus Torvalds, his first thing into writing kernels and whatnot starts on the QL. That's the story I know.
The problem is that the QL was probably a bit too late because it was competing with business machines, and no real business was going to take on a computer like that. It wasn't really up to the task.
It was those darn wafer drives. Are you kidding me? Like it was like Amstrad with the 3-inch. You got to go with the standard, man. What are you thinking?
No, it wasn't wafer drives. They had it was the tiny tapes. They were literally tape cartridges.
Yeah, but what weren't they called? Wafer drives or?
Oh God, I can't remember now. I mean, I had them on my Spectrum, and they were awesome. They were super quick, but
they were fast. But they were like so prone to failure. Yeah, man. But it had to be talked about. The C5, the 8-bit guy, for anybody into retro, has got one being imported into the States, and he's going to be doing a set of videos on it. And I think now that his new studio's built, he'll probably get to it soon, but I can't wait. An American's take on restoring a C5 should be awesome.
But wasn't
and if you want some good content, if you want some really good content on the C5, Retro Man Cave, which is now RMC The Cave, Neil, he did a great retro road trip where he went to somebody's house that had a couple and they got to drive them and whatnot. Yeah. Really, really cool.
Yeah. Didn't I remember as well, one of the big complaints about the C5 was that you had to be careful how you got into it, because if you put too much weight on the panel as you got in, it could snap and break it. Was that one of the things? Was it? Or why?
Well, you also you had to be careful pulling away. If you didn't put a little pedal into it, you were going to burn out the motor really quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how fucking good it was. I'm not kidding.
You didn't get much of a mileage out of it either, did you? It wasn't great because it was still using crappy old lead acid batteries.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 80s.
Yeah,
you got to, come on, it wasn't.
It's before its time. Now, ironically, my wife eventually got a trike, a power trike, wheelchair, which you could more or less say is very, very similar to the C5. Obviously, it's a wheelchair with a motor on the front, and it's more. It looks more like a motorcycle trike than the C5, but. Yeah, that thing could bomb. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You can get about 20 miles out of it as well, out of a full charge.
So what did he get a knighthood for? Because he was Sir Clive Sinclair, wasn't he? What did he get
yes.
For? Is it for electronics or some shit?
Oh, it's for his hairstyle. He was the Jean-Luc Picard of the day.
Yeah, it was.
Look at that. Look at that little noggin. I just want to rub it. apparently, so he was a dickhead. He was a real. So if you want to compare to Elon Musk, he wasn't a particularly nice guy.
Put Steve Jobs and a whole whack of them in that category, though. That just seems to be how it goes, right?
It is how it goes. I mean, that's how you become successful. You don't become successful being a softie.
Well, the bottom line is that people that are on that higher crazy intelligence level that come up with all this shit and invent all this stuff and create all these companies, they're so damn brilliant that they have no personality. They're always excuse? Like crash. They're crass and they're blunt, and they just don't care if someone doesn't like what they say. They just don't care.
Yeah, whatever. Moving on.
Right, exactly. My brother, he's not the one you guys know. He is brilliant. I mean, he's over genius somewhere. I don't know, but he just doesn't have that much of a warm and fuzzy personality at all. So, I think a lot of them are like that.
Yeah, So. Let's see. Where do we go? I have. Should we get into Covidiots stuff or
Inspiration 4 news?
Okay.
Oh, is that it?
Let's see here.
Yeah, not much to know really.
Well, no, I know it's funny. I don't know where they've just gone up for 3 days. They're what's 2 days in. So tomorrow's the last day of their holiday. So they're getting the holiday blues probably tomorrow when they have to come back home again. But I saw a video earlier of them. You know when you'll do swimming at school, right? You go to school and they go, right, we're going to do swimming, and basically it's all organised, and they make you swim lengths and go up and down and all this kind of shit. But when kids go to a pool, that's not what they want to fucking do. They just want to piss about. They want to stick the floats between their legs, spin around in the water. And watching the video of them, that's exactly what it was. These 4 people are up there, supposedly doing some kind of science, but their video was, oh, look at me spinning in 0G. Oh, I did a picture, and I've got a ukulele. Fucking about.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I mean, nobody wants to go on camera and see them doing fucking boring experiments.
No, of course,
because I'm like, that's just going to be boring. So they're going to do something when the camera's on. They're going to be doing something entertaining. To be fair,
it was really kind of sweet in many ways, and exactly what everybody else would do.
I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan of space tourism, but I think on this one it's slightly different because they're trying to raise a ton of cash for St. Jude's, which is the Children's Cancer Hospital in, I don't know, somebody could probably tell me where it is. So I kind of like that as well, and also the fact that it's they've gone to such a high altitude. They're actually above the ISS, something like 575 kilometers, and slightly above the Hubble.
Yeah, they could drop their poo on it.
So it's the highest.
Look at this. Daniel Pratt stuck aboard. Look at that.
That's a bit.
Yeah, you had to fit a boiler to it.
Is that his P1000 he's got there, probably?
He doesn't have a P1000.
Yeah, so what they've done is they've replaced the docking part of it with a cupola, and it's all glass dome. So
yes, it's the largest. It's the largest one piece wind view of the Earth that's ever been seen.
Because it's unlike the ISS, which is kind of essentially, I think it's 5 panels with covers on them and stuff like that, with large sort of.
Well, it's a cockpit from a TIE fighter. Come on.
Exactly.
But think about it. Think about how amazing that would be to be able to stick your head up in there, and look around and have that clear view of everything. It would probably feel very daunting, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to go to space. Not fair.
No doubt.
Oh, don't worry. We're all going to end up there eventually. We're destroying this place. Where else would we go?
Yeah, probably. Not
true enough.
Milton Keynes.
You hope, buddy.
hey, I'm sleeping at the Red Bull factory. Fuck any one of you.
Oh, snap.
I want to get access to them F1 cars. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of tabs open here. How about everybody's friend Rob?
Which Rob?
Skiba.
Which Rob?
Oh,
Rob Skiba.
Oh, bless his little COVID viruses.
Yeah, he's in critical condition in ICU due to COVID.
Wow.
It's okay. It's all part of God's plan. we should be happy. We should be happy for him.
Did he really say vaccines are the mark of the beast?
Yep. Scroll back, if you scroll back up a little bit there. Yeah. At the top there. There you go.
Oh my God, I have so many comments to make right now.
Yeah.
So not getting the vaccine, how's that working out for you?
So what's the rationale about the vaccine being the mark of the beast then? What's that got to do with any kind of religion, or what's the connection? Anybody know?
Well, if you read the comment that he made on that the brother made, he's sitting here saying that you went down too far.
Oh,
he's right there. So he's saying that there is some good news. The family now knows their rights, and that the current protocol for this infection is what is actually killing people, not the virus itself. So they will be approaching the doctors. Oh no, this gets better. They're going to tell the doctors what to do. So they will be approaching the doctors tomorrow with a new protocol that actually has been proven to work on patients all around the world that the mainstream media will now not report. Know the truth, my friends, and that the truth will set you free. And in this case, save your life. It's never been more important than now. So he actually thinks that treatment.
So what's the protocol?
People.
Do we know what this protocol that they're going to tell the doctors to do? Or is it?
The only thing they can really do at this point is try to give them stuff to relieve some symptoms, and they can give them an antibody infusion. As far as I know, that's where we're at with it right now.
Either that.
Besides that, you can't do shit.
Either that, or they're gonna stand around his bed, hold hands, and sing "Kumbaya," and they'll make him better. Right?
Yeah. They're gonna pray for him. Because that's worked great so far.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's face it. I mean, the virus itself, that poor little creature. I mean, it is one of God's creations. So, should we kill it? I mean, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was watching I think it's a news report. It was one from one of the American stations. It might have been NBC. I'm not 100% sure, but they're basically talking about people that refuse to have the vaccine, and they're interviewing people that are around sick with the COVID and the ones that have vaccine. And actually, most of the ones they actually interviewed were there's one particular guy. He's there on heavy oxygen, like high flow oxygen. And he's essentially fighting for his life, but he's still saying, "No, I don't. I'm not going to have the vaccine. I'm not going to have a vaccine. I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it." And he's freaking dying. He's fighting for his life. I mean,
well, it's a bit
honestly,
late for the vaccine.
Once they get to the point of like being on a ventilator, or they're to the point of being scared, and now all of a sudden they want a vaccine, it's too late for that.
Well, I mean,
that vaccine isn't going to do shit because they have to build up the antibodies. That vaccine isn't good for the first, after your second shot, you have to have at least 2.5 to 3 weeks before that vaccine is valid to fight against COVID.
I totally get that. But the thing is that the NBC are reporting on this, and they're letting him say that. And he's still saying he's on his deathbed, don't get the vaccine. I'm dying. But don't get it. I mean, it's like, what?
Hey, you're talking about vaccines and the virus. You woke the barman up.
Oh, the barman.
Which is quite amusing because, hello, everyone. Hello, I'm slightly drunk. I saw a video earlier tonight. Well, yeah, I'm on about 7 Jaeger bombs, so it's all good. I saw a video earlier tonight with the anti-vaxxers. They've given up on ivermectin, all that shit. They've moved on to turpentine.
Yes,
I saw that.
I saw that. Yes.
Oh dear God!
I posted that earlier.
Fucking fuck is going the fuck
on? It's paint thinner.
Yeah, but only if it's gum. Oh, yeah,
pure. Yeah,
wait.
It has to be pure.
Don't forget. There's the betadine / iodine that they're gargling. Don't forget about that. The one that says not to be consumed on the label.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. B, not just B. Are they drinking the turpentine, or are they just gargling it?
No,
honestly, I have no idea. I just heard about the turpentine. I don't know how they're attempting to use it. I would suggest, considering that turpentine you shouldn't even touch unless you have gloves on, because it can destroy your skin, that it might not be a good idea to put it into your mouth where you have nerves and the ends of arteries and stuff. You have all this stuff, mucous membrane, very sensitive. Okay, think of it like this, folks. If you wouldn't want it to burn your ass, you probably don't want to stick it in your mouth. It's the same kind of mucous membrane. Your lips are basically the same fucking skin on both ends. So if you wouldn't stick it in your ass, you probably shouldn't gargle it. Just saying.
You're missing the point. They're rubbing it in like a French polisher. So when they die, at least they have a lovely finish.
That's
shining up the tools for the grave. Okay, I can dig it.
The video that I saw even was like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't smell this stuff. It's covered in warning labels and stuff like that." So why the fuck are you drinking it? The actual sodding fuck is wrong with people. There's two videos that really pissed me off today. One was that Turpentine one. One was another one from Fox News, which you know straight away is just going to be no.
Bullshit.
No. Yeah. And it was someone, he was moaning about something, and he just went, "Well, I visited Germany about when I was 20 because I wanted to see the house of Karl Marx because in 1848 he wrote Mein Kampf."
What?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Karl Marx wrote Mein Kampf. Okay, right.
In 1848. Now, just for anyone who's not amazingly historical, 1 second, be not just me. One, Karl Marx obviously didn't write Mein Kampf, which everyone knows. Two, he didn't write it in 1848. Two, by that point that he wrote Mein Kampf, he was living in fucking London.
Yeah.
I can't count. I'm drunk. And his grave is in, like, I don't think it's Hyde Park, but it's in one of the fucking big cemeteries in London because he couldn't be in Germany. So what the fuck was this Fox News presenter doing? But people take these fuckers seriously.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, I don't take it seriously. I prefer the Third Reich's film comedy, Carry On Camping. That's my favorite.
Carry on.
You can't beat a Carry On film. But it's mad. As much as we might, for DKG and M2M, as much as we might moan about the BBC, as much as they're supposed to be impartial and stuff like that, and you go, well, you're fucking not. You fuck up every so often. You back one side more than the other. Whether you mean to or not, it's the presenter's bias, the writer's bias. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
but they
blah.
get the facts right, though. I mean, they're
They
not going to
get
make
the
that kind of
facts right.
fucking-
Yeah.
I mean, Christ alive, if the BBC said something like that as well, they'll be freaking crucified in the press. Absolutely.
They would have been
there'd be letters.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Letters, sacking. Well, they wouldn't have been sacked. They would have been, this person is retired.
Shit.
But apparently, oh, dear me.
Wow.
Karl Marx writing Mein Kampf. Fucking hell.
That's fucking funny, man.
That's
I'm
bad.
waiting for them to
That's so
change their logo, you know, from FOX to FAUX.
I'm just waiting
That
for
needs
the
to
logo
happen.
from FOX to a giant fucking penis so people know they're getting fucked with what to listen to.
I mean, I'm surprised they got Karl Marx right. I mean, they might have been the Marx brothers.
Yeah.
Marx
Maybe that's
Brothers
what you need to
writing
do.
Mein Kampf.
Yeah. A
Make the
fam-
X out of penises.
very quick one. John Curtin, Antonio Regime, Highgate Cemetery. Thank you very much.
That's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Who
knew
you
it was in
doxing?
London.
Who are you doxing now?
Karl Marx is great.
Karl Marx.
We don't dox
body.
on this channel.
Doxing a dead
dox
guy.
myself all the time. I dox myself all the time. If someone wanted to turn up at my pub and go, "You're the Sarcastic Barman," and say, "How did it take you this long to figure out where the fuck I was?"
You did a video the other night wearing your fucking pub's t-shirt.
I did.
Yeah.
I had someone
Well,
on
that
board.
wasn't the
Sorry.
that wasn't the first time either.
God, no.
Look, guys, look on the wall. It's the Mill Pub.
Yeah.
It's been there for how long?
It's, Joe Whip in the chat has said that hey, Fox News have just hired Piers Morgan. Enough said, have they? Have they really?
Wow.
Yeah, I have heard he's going back onto telly. Yeah, I have
wow.
heard that.
Fox News. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Somebody tell Clarkson he'll punch him in the head and it'll all be over.
Yeah.
There was the guy who was the ex-editor for the Telegram or some fucking newspaper. I can't remember what. And he used to work with, well, up till recently with GBR, or it was some stupid news online channel. It's like, I've retired. And I was like, I had to fucking look up who you are. So who the fucking gives a toss who you fucking are? It's like, oh, fuck my life, you fucking people.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Shit, man.
50,000.
Look at that headline.
Oh,
Jesus
let me
wept.
pin that shit. Florida's fast. Oh my god.
50,000
Yeah.
deaths. Jesus wept.
In one state.
Wow.
And when this guy who runs the state, I don't know what they call him, the asshole, when he did a little presentation saying, it's not so bad or whatever, look, this is what he was met with in the crowd.
Wow.
Yeah, the idiots are the most vocal ones in this.
Yeah, always.
Session. And but in this case, the idiots are actually dangerous. So, I mean, this is just nuts. And Florida makes all their freaking money every year on tourism, and there are people that are now thinking about it's maybe not a good idea to go down there right now. You got the cruise industry. You got growing out of Fort Lauderdale and in Miami, and he's telling them that they can't ask people if they're vaccinated. Yet when they leave Florida and they go to places like the Bahamas or Bermuda, they have to have a vaccine in order to get off the boat. Yeah, so it's like, well, what do? You got to ask. It's like, how can you say you can't ask them? And it's just ridiculous.
Well,
he's doing everything he can to destroy their tourist industry.
The good news is tourism in Beirut is picking up.
Yeah, there you go. And the way he's destroying the tourist industry is just by fucking killing people.
Yeah.
I have to say something though. I just looked up on a statistics site the COVID deaths, and Florida is still number 10 as of today.
I've got that up right. I was going to go to that. It's amazingly, even when you do per capita.
Yeah, they're doing number of deaths per 100,000. Mississippi has 308. Florida has 237. So Mississippi, New Jersey, Louisiana, New York, Massachusetts, Arizona, Rhode Island, Alabama, and Arkansas are all higher than Florida still.
Yeah.
I'm just doing math. So the UK deaths for the last week average were 138. The UK population is 66.65 million. The US population is 328 million, which is a difference of 392%. So if I times the 138 by 390, 54,000, and the US deaths for the 1 week average. I don't think that's updated because apparently the US average is only 1,696 deaths. God damn thing's not updating properly.
See, this is how Barman does your bill, your tab at the end of the
night. It says as of today, 670,027 deaths related to COVID-19 in the United States.
Damn.
Yeah.
So figure out how much percentage of the people that is. That's easy math.
I did the maths properly, so we're on 452. But still, I would expect that 7-day death average of 50,000 deaths in Florida to be much higher than 1,642.
I got it by state here too.
Oh yeah,
and I got it by country.
All regions.
Yeah, all these people dying, and yet all these Covidiots are denying. I don't know what the hell they're denying. I mean, in order to be able to be a Covidiot and say all the shit that they're saying, they have to be denying people are dying.
Yeah, they do, though, don't they?
Well, some of them won't talk about it.
I mean, a lot of them say, well, they died for other reasons, but they've been lumped into that. So they have lots of what would you say ideas that they can throw out there that, but they can't back it up or anything.
It's the ones that take it to extreme, where you got the conspiracy theory ones that say that China released it as a biological weapon to kill Christians. Is one that's a little bit.
I've seen a few of them recently because there was that thing that we can't rule out. It was an actual proper report. We can't rule out that there may be some leakage from the Wuhan labs. We can't guarantee it was them, blah, blah, blah. Our news agency's running with it, going, see, it came from there. No, that's not what it fucking says, you
before the conversation diverts a bit, I mean, don't forget, God created lions to kill Christians.
But here's the thing about accidentally being leaked. I mean, that's kind of plausible. It could have happened some way, maybe in some shape or form, but to say it's a weapon system, because they're the same people that are saying, oh, well, there's not many people dying. It's not really a very serious virus. But then again, they're saying that the Chinese released it as a weapon system. It's like, what the fuck? You can't have it both ways, you know.
That's right.
Contradiction. And sadly, unfortunately, I've got a bit of a story behind that. You know, that's one of my best friends, or not so much of a friend at the moment, is saying at the moment, and that's what she said to my fiance today. You know, it's ridiculous. It really is.
I have to read a statement given by a hospitality venue, and we can all guess which country this came from. So in the comments in chat and things like that, guess the country. Anyone who wins 1,000 penis points. With great sadness, we have made the decision that we'll be unable to welcome folks on site that are vaccinated, in quotation marks, with the experimental CV-19 jabs. Significant reports are emerging of effectiveness on unvaccinated people simply spending time around the vaccinated. As you may be aware, the CV-19 injections are experimental. They are unlike any other previous vaccines and contain the new mRNA technology that causes our own immune system to manufacture spike proteins. Anyone participating in the vaccination, once again in quotation marks, program are involved in a clinical trial. It would appear that these spike proteins can be exhaled or excreted through the skin, or are triggering reactions in folks around them who have not been injected. It goes on with more shit.
My
so
God.
I want to go around the board here, and I'll start with how I've got this laid out. M2M, what country do you think that's from?
UK.
Dick Dawson, what country do you think that's from?
I am going to say the Netherlands.
Be Not Just Be, what's your country guess? Oh, he's muted. Mike, while we wait for Be Not Just Be, what country do you think that's from?
I would have said the US.
US. DKG?
Flatardia.
That's not a country. That's a state
Should
of
be.
mind. Amy, where do you think that statement might have come from?
I'm leaning towards UK, but it could also be US. We both have equal amounts of silly.
In
the chat, we have Russia and Canada.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go US then.
Mipet, where do you think it came from?
Oh,
New Zealand.
Mark Pfizer, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Be Not Just Be, what was your guess in the end?
I'm gonna say, well, I gotta pick a different one. Russia. I don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, the most popular one in the chat is High Stall. I don't know where that is.
It was actually the UK, and to be exact, it was a place in Wales near Machynlleth. It is no longer accepting anyone who's been vaccinated into their B&B.
Dickheads.
Sorry.
Wow.
What was the name of that town again?
Machynlleth.
Yeah, that's not what I thought you said.
Yeah, it did not sound.
I will drop the link to the website for this location, and it's on their FAQs page. Important notices our stance on COVID-19 vaccination.
Whatever you do, don't go there and tell them they're a bunch of dickheads. Whatever you do, don't do that. That would be just.
Someone I know, I can't bring up the email and things like that. They did tell me about it. Has emailed them, and yeah, it's basically the same response. There's no ifs or buts. So no. We can't have vaccinated people. Blah blah blah. They're dangerous, and it just made me think in my head. So, if you don't want to be around vaccinated people, are you not going shopping? Are you not going to any sort of built-up population areas? Because in the UK now, we're about 77% of the population are fully vaccinated. Here's
the thing. I don't want to go to their B&B if they're not vaccinated. Simple as that.
Fuck no, do I either.
No way.
To be fair, the place looks like a pile of shite. I wouldn't fucking go there.
No,
Hate me.
I'd go there in a hazmat suit with a few gallons of gasoline and a fucking torch.
The thing is, I could see you turning up there with your long hair and a ponytail, turning up. I've come to stay at your B&B. The gasoline in the bedroom.
Yeah.
anyone who loads up the website, go on the gallery and look at those rooms and tell me they are worth £50-60 a night, and I will be fucking surprised. Oh, my wife's brought me food. Oh my God, there's so much food.
Wow. Well, he's drunk. He's got food, so he's asleep in 20 minutes.
There you go.
I'm horny as well. Give me at least 40.
Okay, oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
I get so tired of this. It's experimental. It's brand new. First of all, it's not brand new. The technology is like 30 years old. Second, it is not experimental. It has actually finished all the clinical trials that every other goddamn vaccine that we have has been through.
Yep.
So, you guys just talking out your ass when you say that shit.
Hey, Mike, why don't you tell them when they first started playing with COVID? Do you know the year that they started messing with and experimenting with it?
Oh, no, I don't. Well, I know. Well, if we go back to SARS-1, that'd be like
I know coronavirus.
It was 2003. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they have been messing with this stuff since 2003. When this stuff first came, the vaccines first came out, I said the same thing. Nope, too new. And then so somebody said, no, it's not. And I was like, yes, it is. So I looked it up and they were right. And so all they had to do is adapt it to the latest strain. That's the thing. It wasn't that this is an entirely new vaccine. So everybody needs to get a grip on that.
Haven't they even known about coronavirus as a general description?
There's
quite a long time. Before that.
Some of the general colds we get are coronaviruses.
Right.
And there's like, I think 7 or 9 strains right now. 3 or 4 of which are not good at all.
No, as Commander 401 in chat has said, Moderna used mRNA in livestock for many years in vaccines. But I want to point out the more important things that Moderna, that has RNA in the end of the name and starts with an M, were a company set up to basically do mRNA stuff. It's in the fucking name of the company.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
Yeah.
You know what else too? The big reason that they decided to do it this way is because you can make a vaccine with an mRNA vaccine fast. Not like, it takes a long time to get together and create a regular serum vaccine from, weakened or dead cultures and all that other stuff. This they can engineer. It's literally engineered fast, and they did it in a matter of months. All you need is the DNA sequence, the RNA sequence of whatever the virus is, and you can make this shit quick.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea of going to mRNA vaccines is that I'm a techie, so development time, but you know what I mean, is drastically reduced.
Yes,
that's one of the big goals of it.
Right. And the idea was the faster we get it out, the more lives we save, not realizing just how fucking stupid people are.
Yeah. Speaking of stupid people, I've got one that everybody should like to see.
I don't think you can beat people drinking turpentine, but go on then.
Well, what's his name? Bob Enyart. He used to play Another One Bites the Dust while reading out AIDS obituaries. He's a total anti-vaxxer and whatnot. He caught COVID 2 weeks ago. He's dead. Goodbye.
In 2 weeks.
That sounds like karma to me.
Oh, wait. Come on. No, wait. This deserves it. This deserves this. Dum. Another one.
So I do find one annoying thing with all these anti-vaxxers. I won't take the vaccine, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. Dying. And it's the fact they're dying. Because what's really annoying is the other anti-vaxxers who aren't getting it and dying are just going, well, they're obviously a paid-for shill. And not even, I've seen that put in a statement on Facebook. If I could find the fucking post, I would. When someone posted that this anti-vaxxer, famous radio presenter, whatever, I can't remember his name, is now on a ventilator and 40 hours later or whatever had died, that people just say, it's fake. he isn't dead, or he was never a real anti-vaxxer.
It's misinformation.
Infuriating.
Yeah. And what amazes me, there you can see I still get replies to a comment I made in a video a year ago. A nurse, and there are many of these videos now of nurses, in tears almost, of these people that deny they have COVID, even as they're actively dying. It's not COVID. It's I'm going to be all right. It's not COVID. How the fuck would you know that? And you're going to die, and they do. It's amazing. Yeah, probably.
Myself and DKG, if you can remember, because he was slightly drunk, same as I, were in Gem Panda's Discord server the other night.
Yes,
oh
I remember.
My God, the denial of COVID stuff in there was fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Just to the simple thing of what mask prevent and stuff like that. There are obviously people who watch Fox News and that is their only input of information is fucking Fox News, because there's no way they can actually fucking read.
Good point there.
It seemed like that night. The confusion of these people is they can't even argue a straight point. And I must admit, I was extraordinarily drunk. But it got to the point where I couldn't even figure out who was arguing what or why or where the shit's coming from. It just seemed very, very confused.
I'm glad it wasn't just me, because I got confused in there when they were arguing certain bits. And there was a couple of people who shouted at me, "Is this person serious?" When I said the vaccines work, they've been tested. And people couldn't even get over that fucking point. This wasn't even in regards to COVID vaccinations. There was a couple of people in there. Yeah. It was, wow.
You could have gone in there and just said, lemons are oranges. And then the fucking arguments would have gone on for like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. They were literally, they were, trust me, you hang around, especially in the evening times, you hang around there long enough. And they'll find anything to argue about. It doesn't have to be vaccine, doesn't be COVID, doesn't be flat Earth. They will find a freaking argument to on it. If you just say something they would disagree with just for the sake of it.
This is about 2 or 3 in the morning our time.
Yeah.
So
that's
it
what
was
I mean.
Stupid
late
time.
Night.
But there were people arguing with George Washington vaccinating the army and stuff like that helped America get its independence. Vaccine mandates are bad. Well, George Washington had one for release. The vaccine mandates in the early 1900s that no, we can't have vaccine mandates. Well, you fucking had them twice at this point, and then the vaccine. It was just the whole thing of it. People were posting links to court cases of the Supreme Court in America versus Joe whatever, and yes, it was about should they be excluded from school and have fines because of vaccine mandates. But first they started arguing it won't stand up in court. It already fucking has. There's a precedent behind this. No. It's mind-numbing. It really is.
Yeah. And here's the evidence to prove you wrong. Oh, I won't fucking look at that. No, okay.
Yeah, and the mandates have been upheld by the Supreme Court. And Justice Harlan, in the decision for Jacobson v. Massachusetts, said that citizens do not have the right to refuse state health measures, stating that citizens have a duty to one another and society as a whole. And that was part of it's 7-2 affirming of the law in Massachusetts for smallpox vaccinations. They say that you have a duty to one another and society as a whole. And that's something Linda was arguing with a guy on Facebook about this, about, why, what gaudy reason he didn't want to wear a mask. And he was talking about this law, that law. And it finally came out in the end. He said, I just don't want to. And that was it.
Wow.
So how fucking selfish can you be? I don't want to fuck you. You could die. And we were talking in the before the stream started. Oh no, I forgot where I was going with this. Holy shit. Oh dear God, I'll come back to it. I just got myself so spun up here.
I haven't.
I made a suggestion on my Facebook because I was sitting there thinking I'm not a massive fan of vaccine passports, and I'm not a massive fan of actually forcing people to have the vaccine, to be honest with you. But I kind of were running out of choices. But I thought to myself, well, those of you that don't live in the UK, you'll know that we have a free healthcare system, free at the point of delivery. I don't mean we pay it within a national.
I thought you said free hair care.
free healthcare. So here's my idea: if you're not prepared to have the vaccine, then if you then end up with COVID and you need medical treatment in hospital, you should pay a fixed fee at point of delivery with your healthcare.
So M to M,
yeah.
I have someone that actually put on their Twitter, and this is I'd say ex-celebrity, that said, I won't ever get the vaccine. COVID's not real, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If I get it, I will pay. So that was the lead.
Hey, what?
Right said Fred.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh, that fucking fuck. He's a fuck if there ever was a fuck who fucked.
Oh,
He's on this
So-
show. He's on this show more often than we are.
He is. But I have. Sorry, I'm
Go ahead.
very quick on spreading up. There was a guy in America who happened to live in the Salem sorts of areas and was actually involved in the Salem witch trials. But at least someone who fucking believed in witches, could understand enough that vaccinations against smallpox or inoculation at the time, because this was a long time ago, blah, 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 was a good thing, to most that he had his house burnt down and he was attacked because he thought inoculations were a good thing, but he still believed in witches. Even someone who fucking believed in witches understood the idea of fucking inoculations and fucking vaccines.
But Barman, how did you know he was a witch?
Oh god!
Because they weighed as much as a duck.
So anyway, apparently, because I posted that on Facebook, I got a couple of other comments. Some guy said about, well, what happens if vaccine fucks you up? Do we treat you? Well, it hasn't, and it doesn't. Another one basically argued some other silly, stupid point, and another one just said I was a Nazi. And the person that called me a Nazi been a friend on Facebook for donkey's years, and I mean years. Said basically, well, effectively, you're a Nazi for suggesting that you should pay a fixed fee if you don't take the vaccine and you're treated in hospital.
Yeah, the Nazis were famous for their healthcare plans.
Yeah, I know they were. They were. So I invited him to go forth and multiply.
I take it that neither of you have seen the new trend on Facebook for anti-vaxxers. That now they don't want to be referred to as anti-vaxxers. They want to be referred to as, and I quote, pure bloods.
Oh, I've seen that. That's obnoxious.
In my opinion, if you don't have the vaccine, you're opting out of the system. That's just the way I see it, and I think that's probably the best way forward for here in the UK. If you're not prepared to get the vaccine, then you should pay for your treatment in hospital at the point of delivery, regardless whether you paid national insurance for your life. I don't really.
My job actually does that. Every year they give free flu vaccines to everybody. They come to your freaking building and will give them to you. But if you decide not to get that free flu vaccine that they come deliver to you, that you don't have to go anywhere to get, but you get the flu and wind up in a hospital, then they're not covering it because our company is self-insured. So you'll have to pay for it yourself.
That makes sense.
Yes, absolutely it does.
I think Aimee wants in here.
Yes, Aimee, you got your hand up.
Yes, please. I do. I just wanted to say, we've seen some of those on Discord, in some of the groups that we go through with Flat Earth and everything, talking about how they're purebloods and everything because they didn't get vaccinated. So it was really funny. Shout out to Harry Warp. He come up with the term mudblood for everybody who's vaccinated. So to go with the whole Harry Potter theme, and I love it. Yeah. So I think we all should put that on our Discord server, our Discord names. Mudblood.
I do find it amusing that Harry Potter, they're obviously using the literature from that. It just shows that none of them either watched the films or read the books, because there's no way you could look at the people that refer to themselves as, and I'll put this in air quotes, pure bloods, and think they were the fucking good guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. The irony that they have no sense of it. So it's really good.
Wow. Wad and Toe does it perfectly.
It's crazy.
Also, weren't the purebloods the bad guys? New line. ... I didn't know you could read. I'm hoping that's referring to the anti-vaxxers and not just me, because I know I can't spell, but I can actually read.
So what happens if one of these anti-vaxxers needs a blood transfusion? Are they going to like make sure that they're not getting blood from?
They're already doing that. They are literally somebody went into a hospital and had to have a blood transfusion, and they refused the blood because they said they wanted to make sure that the blood came from some people that weren't vaccinated.
That's nuts.
And they're like,
You don't have a choice, pal. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, it's like somebody said earlier. I think it was like Woden Toad or somebody said earlier that, damn it. I started reading something. Never mind. Go on. I'll get back to it.
I mean, it kind of sort of like, you know, I mean, people are talking about bring up the word apartheid, and it is kind of getting a bit like that because obviously white blood and black blood, you know, there was, you know, arguments about that back in the day, and obviously you didn't, you know, if you were a white man, you didn't want black man's blood and shit like that, and you don't want, and now it would be like, I don't want gay man blood. Bloody hell. Turn me gay.
Did you? I got to shout out Purple Rhymes with Orange here. Have you seen that anti-vaxxers think women will be lining up for their sperm?
All right, so I've decided I'm not going to call them anti-vaxxers, and I'm just going to call them science-denying halfwits. That's all.
I like twats and be done with
Yeah,
I should say
twat is a lot shorter and easier. Just
I should also say that there are quite a few streets where women are lining up for your sperm. So
yeah, but you have to pay.
Yeah.
DKG knows exactly where they are.
Yeah, I'm on the end of the line.
Should see him in a skirt.
Just before I do my point, Mike, did you have any more to add to that one?
No.
Cool. So, as some people may know, DKG and M2M might know, England has not bothered with vaccine passports. They were going to do them. They've not bothered. Yeah. But Wales have. How much of a two-tier system does everyone reckon that's going to add? Because you're going to have it for nightclubs, large sporting events, anything like that. You're going to have your 2 vaccines. And I know one of my regulars hasn't been vaccinated at all because she didn't believe in it. It's quite nice because she's barred for 3 months at the moment anyway. But still.
Wow.
So I mean, well, actually, it's funny. Here in Northern Ireland, and they're not doing the COVID, the vaccine passport either. But a lot of the clubs and pubs actually around here in my area are actually not letting people in unless you can prove you've been double jabbed.
That's cool. So, I have been tempted to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some kids go off to the Isle of Wight festival, and they had to do the lateral flow test before they went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike, you're in America. Have you seen much? As far as I remember, you're in America anyway. What have you seen in regards over there for double vax needed to enter premises or anything like that? Have you actually seen much of it in your area, or?
Well, it's kind of a controversy. No one has really implemented a full-blown program. I think New York City has some for, you know, if you want to go into a business or, you know, some sort of establishment, and they can require you to have some sort of proof of your vaccine. And one of the reasons, though, that they're thinking about going to a full-blown vaccine passport kind of system is because there can tell you the number of people that have been investigated now for selling fake cards in the U.S.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I was going to bring this up about Canada. So when you're done, I got something.
Yeah. So they're thinking that the cards that we all have now, that they're signed and stamped and everything, just may not be enough, because as soon as they cleared, said you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks anymore. All of a sudden, all these Covidiots are running around without masks on, saying I'm vaccinated now, so I don't have to wear a mask anymore. So fuck you. And now with all the fake shit, yeah, I guarantee you something's gonna kind of want to come up, because a lot of businesses are kind of afraid of all the idiots out there, and
that's huge right here, right now.
Yeah,
I'm seeing right now, because we are under COVID passports in my province right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so let me give you the lowdown here quick. It started a few days ago. So you get this app on your phone, or you go to a website. You have to put in some personal information, government website, right? Very secure by the feel of it. It was very slow. Humans have to confirm the results. It takes 24 hours to get everything back and whatnot. But you end up on a government site, secure login with a vaccine passport. Now, all you do is screenshot it and save it to your phone or print it out. But it has your name and a QR code. So now the government released a reader app. So the QR code gets read and it brings up the name. And if the name matches the one that you're showing, you're good to go. Away you go. So really, really good, tight system until the government says, oh, well, nobody has to use the reader app. We just put it out in case you want to.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can edit that screenshot in about 12 seconds, and all you have to do is be good enough to make a goddamn fucking YouTube thumbnail, and you could edit that thing and put somebody else's name in. I mean, seriously, it's not that goddamn difficult. And if you have businesses that won't use the reader app, then what's the fucking point? What? I don't get it. What? Tell me.
There is
so
no
what
point.
You're saying then is M2M wouldn't be able to do that.
What? He's having a dig at your thumbnails, pal.
Yeah, I can tell.
Love you.
But it's we had it so good. It was going to be an awesome system, and then they just dropped the ball.
Yeah,
but
we're there. There's the goal
drop.
line. Oh wait, we're done.
Right. But Mike, it's because of what you said. The reason that they're not enforcing the reader app is because you've got 17 and 18-year-old staff admitting people to a restaurant, serving them tables and stuff. And they're just not willing to go, excuse me, big, scary, hairy biker person, but I have to scan your phone. Right. That's what's going on, right?
Yeah, because people have actually come to screaming matches, throwing shit, and come to blows over such things.
Yeah,
and all you got some poor server or some clerk in a store, and he's trying to do what his store's policy is, and getting screamed at and cursed at.
Yeah,
and it's like that shit has to just change, and I don't know how you do it. You can't intimidate the crap out of these people and think that they're gonna go along with enforcing shit.
Exactly. Look at what we got here, right?
Yep. There it is.
It kind of makes me wonder. I mean, COVID is a pretty nasty virus, but what if in this current climate a really fucking scary virus hit us? I mean, a real killer.
Well,
I mean, are we just going to look at the 50% of the population die because they've become fucking idiots over this COVID thing?
I'd love to try and find the article, and this is going back a while ago. This is pretty much right at the start of the epidemic. Virologists were actually saying, or a group of them were actually saying, this is not the big one.
No.
There's something far worse to actually come, and probably not far away either. But this is just kind of a proving ground that governments around the world need to have their eye on the ball and really just start reacting a bit quicker when pandemics actually, or before it gets to a pandemic stage.
So what you're saying, is if the big one actually hits, the only person who's going to be left here is going to be Mipet.
Pretty much.
Their country actually dealt with this shit.
I know. Well, I mean, look at New Zealand, even better. You know, Jesus, you know, they handled that immediately. I mean, they've got nothing going on now there, really, have they? You know?
Well, yes, they do, but that's okay. Yeah, my particular state, we're really lucky. We keep our borders shut because the whole rest of the country is basically going to hell. But we had, as you go into businesses of any sort, there is a QR code at the door, and they're all around the shops and everything. And you scan the QR code, and your name goes in. You are at that place at that time. If an outbreak occurs, they know who's been where at what time, and then they can trace it. So, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's up to you to make sure that, you know, and we're on masks again. So it's just, you go, if you're in public, wear a mask. It's not a problem.
Mike, you wanted to jump in there?
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say earlier. You know, a lot of these idiots and science deniers, it would. Oh, shut that thing. There we go. If this were the 1918 pandemic, the three biggest hit demographics were children under the age of 5, people 20 to 40, and people over 65. The highest mortality rates were ages 25 to 30, with the average death age being 28. I guarantee you all of those fucking idiots are running around going, my rights, I don't have to do this. If that were the case, would be screaming at the top of their lungs, where's my goddamn vaccine? Mm-hmm. You know, so right. it's all fucking relative. And if the fact that it doesn't affect them the way they, you know, think it is, then they don't give a shit about anybody else. But if they were in that demographic that was dying left and right, they would be screaming for their vaccine.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next point. Is that's what scares me. You know, that's what scares me about the anti-vaxxers when their big one does come. How are they going to react? Are they really going to react even if people are dying around them, or are they still going to keep screaming, "No, don't get the vaccine. It's really bad. It'll kill you."
Yeah, because in 1918, everybody wasn't on social media, and we didn't have this kind of culture of anti-science and idiocy. Now we have it. It's prevalent in our society. I mean, you know, where 50% of the people of an average intelligence are dumber than you, and now, you know, if the big one comes now, people are brainwashed into this. This culture of scare that I think it's just all going to go to shit.
In a way, it's fine because the people that we're worried about on basically dying of the virus are that stupid that if we leaked a fake news report saying they should drink arsenic, they fucking would. Then we wouldn't have to worry about it spreading, which I know.
I'm writing it right now. I'm writing it right now.
Yeah. I just had a quick check. So in the UK at the moment, we have to go back to like the start of June to get a death that's less than New Zealand has had since the COVID breakout. And I'm talking less deaths in one day than New Zealand have had. To go back to case numbers, we've got to go back to like the end of May, which is really fucking funny. When I listened to on the radio less than 3 days ago, someone trying to argue that lockdowns and mass restrictions don't work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And Australia and New Zealand are the proof that that's just complete and total bullshit.
Yeah, someone brought up Sweden, which was it Sweden or Switzerland? Sweden, because to start with, they didn't do the lockdowns, the mask, blah, 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 blah. Their death numbers are fucking well up there now because once that second wave hit for everyone, they were screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sweden.
Confirmed
cases 1 million. But then Sweden's population is not particularly high.
Right.
No.
What about that?
I know some Swedish people, and they're fucking high all the time.
Yeah, their population is only 10
Word.
million.
And what about that dickhead fucking president
ABBA.
of Brazil? No, Brazil.
Oh, fuck.
I thought he got ill and died of COVID.
That might actually be
I
his
fucking
name.
hope
Who
so.
knows? It might be
One
like
of them
FUQUE. Oh, fuck.
It could be. One of them, it was either Brazil or Chile or something like that, did actually get ill and almost die of fucking COVID while saying that it's all right, we can just take this experimental shit. I'm sure it was the same crap they gave to Trump when he was like, he's already like on deathbed. We'll just give him this drugs that might help.
It shows the arrogance or ignorance of that president of Brazil. It was near the start of the pandemic, and he was at an ice hockey event or something like that. I'm not quite sure what it was. And he's saying, and the interviewer was saying, do you not think with all these people around it's a little bit dangerous? And his reply was, well, do you see the virus floating around? That was his
Jesus. Oh my God.
Fucking, I mean, and he's a leader of a country, a South American country. I mean, holy Jesus wept.
Well, yeah, but we did have on the shows the video of a senator who thought that an island would tip over if too many people stood on it. So
I was just going to bring that up. I was going to be like, are you fucking surprised? Tell them the story.
Well, no, I can't remember the story. But the thing is, politicians aren't immune to stupidity.
Yes.
They're not.
Yeah, it was
climate.
What was it? It was climate change, and there was like some supposition that if the moon were farther away from us, the changes in our weather might mitigate it. So he was like, "Can we look at some way to change the moon's orbit?" It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Oh, that's a different story.
No, yeah, that's a different one. The one we're talking about is a guy named Hank Johnson. And he thought Guam would tip over and capsize because too many people were going to be on one side of it for some event or something.
An island. Oh
He thought it would capsize. Here's let me bring it up here. Hank Johnson worries Guam would capsize after a marine buildup. Yeah, so if you send over too many troops, the island might tip over.
Oh,
you gotta be fucking
God almighty. Gee. Fucking, he's a senator? Fuck me hard.
Now, what Mike was
That's
talking
not
about
helping
is
the Democrats any.
It's quite interesting. No. There's a new movie coming out from the guys that brought you Independence Day about the moon crashing into the Earth.
Yeah.
And what's quite interesting is you see in the trailer you see the moon's coming down, and people are being dragged up by the gravitational force of the moon, and then they're like floating. And of course, that's not how gravity works.
No.
The gravitational force on the Earth would still be stronger than the one on the moon, so you wouldn't get sucked up into space because the moon's getting closer. But hey, this is the cultural stupidity we're living in right now.
No, it's okay. He doesn't need the scientific backing. He has religion. No, I don't know.
All right, yeah.
Probably.
God told him.
Yeah, there it is. And I think there's a video on that link too of him.
Oh, Jesus.
Saying,
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We actually dealt with him on the Uncalled For one day.
That's where I saw it. Was you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We can't hear him because it's probably good because he's dumb as a bag of sand. So.
Hey, don't you insult those bags of sand out there.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, not everybody is scientifically minded. But the thing is, if you're going to talk about a subject, you need to know about the subject before you're going to actually fucking talk about it. And that's part of the problem with flat earthers, isn't it? It's just that they talk about shit that they have no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I say that all the time. If you notice, if you guys start talking about something, I'll just shut the fuck up because I don't know anything about the topic. You guys are talking about Clive Sinclair. I don't know anything about that, so I shut the fuck up. That's the key. Right. That's the key to living a peaceful life. Just admit it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In this video, he was talking to an official from, I don't remember if the Forestry Service or something, I think it was. And when he said that, they cut to her and you could see it in her face. She had no fucking clue how to respond to that because she was just thinking to herself, did he just say that?
They had said in that article that Willard paused and said, "We don't anticipate that."
Yeah.
Dude, like how professional. I would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Do you see here under the headline? The Texas congressman asked whether there was anything the U.S. Forest Service could do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the world then, just the forest bloody. Oh,
yeah.
Sure, we could knock it out of orbit and we all could die. We could try that.
Well, no,
just throw some trees at it.
If you plant trees on the far side of the moon, that will. Yeah,
yes, you can hear the trees fall still.
It'll lean the orbit a little bit.
Yeah,
push it over a little.
Oh, he's onto something.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, DKG, you should do a video on this guy. I really think you should.
Oh, jeez. I've given up doing videos.
Oh, I mean,
Okay. But you all laugh and think that's stupid. At least that's something that may be in some kind of science fiction and things like that. Imagine being a presenter on a news channel and then reading a statement saying that surgical masks do not prevent against against COVID. Well, on the screen it says surgical masks are just as effective as N95 masks, thereabouts. And then going on a tirade for 10 minutes saying how masks don't work, blah, 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 quoting a website and going, yeah, see, masks don't work, here's the website. But if you actually go to the website and read it, it says, yes, a surgical mask will give you a 93% protection, and N95 will give you an 89% protection. There's not much difference between them. But going on a national news channel and saying the fucking complete and opposite, while it's on the screen because you've taken a quote from that, I think that might be a bit more stupid. So Fox News, well done for doing fucking that. I think it was Tucker. I can't find the fucking original. It was on a TikTok. I will find it and I will fucking show it to everyone.
See,
because
there was a scene cut from Return of the Jedi when Luke meets his dad, Daddy Vader, and Luke says, "Fuck, masks don't work." That leads into that scene where Luke, let me take this mask off, but you'll die.
Wait,
more important, truth is there.
More important, what do you mean Darth Vader was Luke's fucking dad? Fucking give me a spoiler warning.
It's only been 30 fucking years, but never mind.
Yeah, that's all.
I think it's been longer than that, mate. You're just making yourself feel not that old at the moment.
It's been like 45 years or 42 years or something.
Oh, now I feel old.
I watched Star Wars in a drive-in, laying down on top of my mom's big ass Ford station wagon that was like 1969 or 70. And watching it with my brothers at the drive-in. That's how I saw Star Wars. I want to say I was 6 or 7 years old. So,
well, the Empire Strikes Back
quality viewing
41 years ago.
Oh, fuck's sake.
It's all right. I've heard people referring to the 1980s and 1990s to the late 1900s, which I don't care if they're fucking right. It's just fucking annoying.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all.
All right.
I will slap you.
Here's an interesting fact. Here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know that the 1980s was a decade that only lasted 10 years?
No, never really.
No, here's a more annoying one.
Let me get my calculator.
I think I might be the youngest one here at the moment, so this is going to be
get a Sinclair model.
Yeah, you go.
So I think I'm the youngest one here. So I was born in the 1980s. So if we count decades, that's the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2000s, the 2010, and the 2020s. So in theory, I've lived through 5 decades.
Yeah, Crimea River.
Yeah,
well,
but
not
I'm the youngest.
through some into others.
Yeah,
but not through all of them.
Yeah, but
now I have lived through 5 decades.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
What decade were you born in?
Well, I was born in 1970, so that's right at the beginning of one decade.
I was born in 71, and I just hit 50.
So that's 6 decades then.
I was born in 62.
That's 7 decades then.
Mm-hmm. You know, I was
but
talking
I haven't gone through the
we're only
decade
hang on,
yet.
no, hold on. You can't say you lived through this decade because you've only got through 1 year of it. So how could
That's what I just said. Yeah, exactly.
You're still part of it.
Yeah.
You're still in it.
No, you said through. Through indicates you have finished it, sir.
Wrong.
I'm drunk. I could say anything.
Wrong.
Now, I can say I've been through 5 and started another.
You're wrong.
That I can say.
No, here. Mark in the chat has got it. It's not that you've lived through them because you didn't do them all fully. You start halfway, but you've got your feet in 5 decades.
There you go.
That'll do.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
Leave my drunkenness.
Yeah.
Why do they always say your feet? If you're walking, it will be your whole body go with your feet, basically. So are you laying down and scooting across the ground, or?
Your
I
feet
don't
aren't
know.
Barman has strange habits.
Yeah,
I
he does,
feel
that's
like
true.
if you're making feet comments and not liking feet, you're being pedantic.
But
Many levels at that point.
That would be podantic. It's actually podiatry.
Yeah, that's pretty clever for a drunk guy, especially a Welsh
I
one.
thought it was good.
No, it was good. It was good.
It was, yeah.
It was good. It was good.
I was impressed.
It was good.
This is
to
coming-
be
this is
not
co-
just be correcting me, asshole.
This is coming from a guy who thought a paedophile was somebody who likes feet.
Oh,
Well,
What, you-
now that you mention that, though, it's like the man that during the history of a town in Maine here, the man was born in 1799 and died in 1901. He got to be a part of 3 different centuries. So that's kind of
Wow,
cool when you
that
think
is
about
cool.
it. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Does everyone want a really bad joke?
Of course, you're here.
Yeah.
What do you call a paedophile with no legs?
Oh, God.
A creepy crawly.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought for a second there we were going to definitely get demonetized for a second.
Oh, I could do that.
I thought you were going to say
Actually,
easy, man.
honestly, it would be more like a flop than a crawl. You have to have arms or legs to crawl.
Oh God, you're being so pedantic about this. Fine. I threw salt at one of my staff's face today.
You don't need feet to
Do you
crawl,
guys
just-
not know by now I'm just comic relief? That's the only reason Dick has me on here. He doesn't expect any information to fall out of my mouth.
Here we go then. Be not just
if you're
me.
the comic relief, what the fuck am I here for?
Even the
Be
comic
not-
relief needs some relief.
Later, babes, later.
I was going to say what?
Amy.
What did Amy say? I missed it.
As a punching bag and as Doris, he was a great Doris on the Uncalled For.
Doris here.
I've got one that I did to one of my waiting staff tonight. I had a bit of salt in my hand. I threw it after him. And he went, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "I'm making you more like your mum." And he goes, "You've just thrown salt in my face, though." I said, "Yeah. So like your mum, I've given you a salty face as well."
No.
Oh,
His mum's a MILF, though, so it's all fine.
Okay.
touche.
Got a number.
Nothing wrong with that.
I do actually, yes.
Doctor.
Right, let's move on to more stupid people.
There's no shortage of those, that's for sure.
Stupid people.
Wait a minute. Isn't that where we live?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there one other hold on a second here now. Oh yeah, so up Canada way here, Alberta has been our Florida, where they're like, no, we don't want to do masks and we're not doing vaccine passports and all that and whatnot. Well, at this point, their healthcare system is literally about 8 days away from collapse. And
Wow.
they have just announced that they're doing proof of vaccination program. All the restrictions like masks and everything are coming into place. The premier had to go public and say, here it is right here. you'll see the one sentence line. It is now clear that we were wrong, and for that I apologize. Apologize to the coffins, you fucking son of a bitch. And so they've already had talks with the neighboring provinces, and here's the result. British Columbia says it can't take patients from Alberta's overwhelmed ICUs because we're close now too. I'm in British Columbia, and this is what's going on. Stupid politicians make dumb fuck pulled it from my goddamn fucking balloon knot decisions, and now they're kissing ass and doing the whole I'm sorry, and yet everybody's fucked. You know, this guy should be fucking tarred and feathered in the goddamn public square. Fuck him.
Stuff the feathering, just tar him with really, really hot tar.
And these politicians are literally playing with people's lives. Not an exaggeration either. That is quite literally what they're doing.
And they do not care.
No, they don't.
Nope.
No, they don't.
It's how did these assholes end up in charge? How did a lying sack of shit who can only think of themselves in the economy possibly have risen the ranks to get to the premier position? There's a problem in the grassroots part of politics where honest people that get in because they want to be good, honest politicians get so desensitized and whatever that by the time they get to this level, they're just fucking idiots.
Well, a lot of it has to do with it. Typically in politics, there are some trying times in their careers and stuff, but this is like a watershed moment. This is where you can see who is actually a leader and who is just a mindless talking head politician, because there's a difference. This is the kind of thing that really tests who people are. And most politicians never have this kind of a crisis to have to deal with in their entire careers. For decades of careers, they've never faced anything like we're facing now. And a lot of them can't handle it. They don't know what to do, and they just suck, finding out that they suck at it.
Yeah,
their
we're
legacy
finding out is a lot of them.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, what I'm going to say is their legacy down the road is going to be that they killed thousands or tens of thousands of people because of their incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, now Blue Marble Science and a few in the chat have said, hell, Dick, it's our fault for electing the assholes. And partially that's true. But I think partially it's election rules. There was an article recently for me locally, and the person was talking about how all the mudslinging in politics has gotten to a point where you don't have any real information on what the party's doing unless you're seriously, time invested in the process. So like myself, I've been saying for years, political parties should not be able to talk publicly about what the other party is doing or might do or blah, blah, blah. Shut up and tell me what you're going to do. Save the bullshit for the debates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would make a huge difference because then people might actually vote educated, not just based on drama.
Yeah, but that's unfortunately, Dick, that's what, like for here, that's what works here.
Yeah.
People want drama. They want some dumpster fire. Why do you think all the channels out there that throw dumpster fires every other minute of the day and have all these arguments, they have thousands and thousands of, that's why people love that shit. They want to know that someone else has a shittier life than they do.
Yeah.
See, I'd go for something a bit more simple and documentationable. If your party breaks your election manifesto within the first 2 years of being elected, a new election has to be done because you're fucking liars. So, because 2 years is a fine time. After 2 years, circumstances might have changed, economic policies might have changed, blah, 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 blah. The standard world fucking economy would have changed. So, 2 years thing is a fine time. If you say, we're not going to tax you on this and then tax you on that in 6 months, you go, no, you fucking assholes. You said you wouldn't do that. Well, yeah, but no. Fuck off.
I think that would apply to just about every presidential administration we've ever had. So
it would, but then at least we'd get honest manifestos.
Honesty.
I know it's a scary concept in politicians. Yeah.
It's almost an oxymoron.
It is, but it's an easy one to document, though, because they've all got to release these manifestos. It's all got to be well documented with the exact things they want. Whereas if it's a quote from a TV, say, oh, no, if you take the whole context and what I was talking about, there's always that they'll try and slip out of it. If it's physically documented and written down, they've got no fucking choice.
True.
It's all gone quiet now. We broke
that whole.
I was typing.
That all famous thing. New, read my lips. No new taxes, and then he.
Yeah.
So
ain't that the way?
It is. It is. That's how it always goes.
So, now there was something not so, oh my God, assholes everywhere and blah, blah. I wanted to bring up. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. I've got something cool to bring up here. A very fundamental question. Is this the world's oldest example of art? And this is a 3D scan. And it is dated to approximately 100,000 years ago.
Hang on a minute. We all know the world's only 6,000 years old, according to weird biblical philosophy people, because that's how many years in the begotten this. I want to see your evidence that it's 100 million years old, because that means dinosaurs might have existed. Dun, 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 and they weren't on the ark. Dun, dun, dun.
It's 100,000, right? Not 100 million.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 100 million. I was thinking,
wow, that'd be
just like,
fucking
I thought
impressive.
it was dinosaur art.
Yes.
I just saw feet, and I was like, oh, okay.
Cave paintings of people sticking spears in stegosaurus.
Either way, it's older than 6,000 years.
Yeah. By a few.
Hey, I've seen stones.
I like Me Ivy in the chat. That's prettier than most modern art. And Woden Toad is saying that she did an essay on this for archaeology class. So very cool. Awesome.
That is cool. Wow. It's kind of impressive the scans that they could do these days with even with lasers and even in some cases like LiDAR. They can see details and then put in other colored filters and infrared filters and see stuff underneath stuff. It's pretty freaking cool what they can image these days. Yeah,
man.
You could find some really, really like stuff that you didn't know that was there, and it's clear that it is. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, but it's not very good though, is it?
What do you mean?
from what I know of art, I'm in. I like it.
It may not be, it's art is subjective, I guess, but 100,000 years ago, and all you got was some stuff you can sling on a wall.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're saying it's art. It might have been the site of a murder scene. You got this hand. Some fucker's killing me! And he's literally getting the wall. He's got blood on his hand, and that's what he got. And years later, they say, "Oh, look at this art! It's not. It's a fucking murder scene."
Wad and Toad has actually clarified the article for us. It's in Tibet. It's a kind of limestone mud near a hot spring. It was made by two children, not Homo sapiens, Devonians, approximately 7 and 12 years old. And literally, it's just them playing in the mud. So technically, it's not art, but when you apply the color filter and things like that, it does look artistic. But yeah.
Yeah, this is a heat map of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, it was some 12-year-old kids wiping shit off their hands.
Basically, yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So instead of being a murder scene, it's just this is toilet paper. Just wipe it on the wall.
Now, if only I had taken, if only I had taken some of the pictures of my art my children did when they were children.
That's funny.
Somebody's refrigerator 100,000 years from now.
No, I'm thinking across the toilet walls and nappies and
Terrible.
So we have a strange one. M2M, do you want to take it here? Yeah, I mean, this is your fault.
I just suddenly popped into my head. I came across this a few days ago. I have no idea why. And apparently, alien plastic surgery or alien-like plastic surgery is now a thing.
What?
They call it alienization. So if you scroll down a little bit, if you scroll near the bottom, you see the best result. I think the one with the pink hair. If you keep scrolling down, Dick.
Yeah,
scroll at the bottom. Keep going. Bit further than that. Keep going. There's a better one. There you go. There you go. So apparently, this is a growing trend within plastic surgery. Apparently,
she looks
kind of like taking features.
She looks like a fucking caricature, like some,
Yeah, so he's taking the features of the face and really exaggerating to an extreme, like upturning the nose, them out, massive lips, starting the jawbone and all the rest of it. So yeah, this is apparently supposed to be a growing trend and attractive.
This woman could suck dick like nobody's business. Look at that setup.
That's like a pillow of love right there. Just,
I know, right?
Let me just say though, guys, I got to point out the advantage to this. The advantage is if you see somebody that looks like that, then you already know they're an idiot and you could just skip them. So I'm glad it's kind of like a anti-vax passport right on your face. So if if these people are all crazy, I'm good.
She probably works at Quick Fit inflating towers.
No. That's actually, she's a genetic and plastic surgery recreation of what Mona Lisa actually looked like, because when it was actually made, the Mona Lisa painting was a caricature of someone who already looks like a caricature. So you obviously had to reverse all the details. Yeah. That's what it looked like without looking like a fucking spastic. And I'm very sorry for using that word. But
okay, I'm gonna sound sexist for a moment.
She's stupid.
That is really sad. She did that to herself because she was beautiful.
No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. Look at her.
And apparently,
what's not to like about that?
Anastasia is a name. She loves her new look. Apparently, I'm just wondering how many other people do though.
Is she fucking high? What? I
don't know.
Permanently.
I want to know what she'll look like in 20 years.
Don't miss the fake contacts to change the eye color.
Yeah, I mean, what was wrong with what she was before? I mean, like you said, she's beautiful. She was before.
The scary thing is, even if you just look at the eyes from before, she's got lovely big eyes. You look at the fucking plastic surgery one. No, it just looks like shite.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like she's hiding nuts for winter. What the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, that was my first thought. Exactly, first thought. Yeah.
Chipmunk with pink hair.
Oh, I was just going to say, who is nuts and how does she get hold of his balls?
Okay.
But I mean,
wow.
I just it makes me think that going out of the ordinary to have plastic surgery like that, and we will see in her face, the way she was before, beautiful. What is that? Is that some kind of mental condition that they need to feel that they need to look completely different from everybody else, or what?
Yes.
What goes through their mind? It's got to be. That's the way I see it. I mean, I wonder how many of her friends have actually said, "Yeah, that's an awesome look for you."
I wonder how many aliens have come down and said, "Oh, you look great."
I'll have a bit of that, please.
I'm abducting you right now.
More like our lips don't even look that bad.
Yeah. We don't have lips. We're greys. What are you talking about?
Rejected.
Yeah. I've got a video here that was sent in by a viewer. Hold on a second here. Let me just see where the video. Okay, the audio's coming from there. All right, I'll send this over. And Here we go. We'll let them take credit in the live chat if they so desire. Let me just bring this up here. Oh, look at that. It's nice and big. All right.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Is there any audio coming through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't read the signs.
Oh, yeah. Covidiot protest signs. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, we had some on the bridge by me.
That one was hiding behind it.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, now where's my payment?
Where's my pen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say
That was good. That was good.
Can you play it slower, Dick, so we can?
I
read
was
the
going to say,
signs?
yeah.
Playback speed. Yes, I do. Okay. I'll go to half.
Oh, I think even. Oh yeah, that looks good.
I'm going to mute it because now it'll sound all fucked up.
That's fine. I can. Oh no, shit! I didn't even see that.
Hold on.
Pause. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
pause.
Oh, the controls are going away from me. Okay, here we go.
Pause. Oh, there it is.
Can we
trust the media? These, by the look of it, these are the same signs I've seen on the bridge in Hereford. Go forward like 5 seconds. Pause. Can we trust our politicians? They are the fucking same size.
No.
Fucking hell. It's going to say like 1 million fucking VIAs reports or yellow card reports.
Oh, yes. I heard about somebody saying this. Apparently, they were stood something close to some motorway somewhere or freeway.
Yeah.
And they were a bit closer together. And every time the cars actually came, they turned towards them. So one flipped towards each other. I can't remember who was talking about it.
Oh, pause. Kids are at no risk from COVID. Apart from the kids that have obviously died from COVID, the rest of them are fine. Fucking stupid assholes.
Oh, that guy's an idiot.
I can't see him. He doesn't know which way to face. Kids do
Yeah.
not spread COVID.
Yes, they are. Fuck off. What stupid? Oh, my fucking God. What the?
Well,
fuck?
M2M. You forgot that before COVID infects a person, it asks for ID to make sure they're old
I know,
enough.
exactly. This is what's so fucking stupid.
Pause. The COVID jab is still no. It's oh my good God!
No.
Fuck
These are
me.
exactly the same as the signs that I saw on a local bridge. So we can assume at this point that do we think these signs are in America? Because as we now know, if it's the Pfizer vaccine, America it's no longer an emergency use. It's fully FDA fucking approved. Fully.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go on, 1 million. 1 million. I'm waiting for the 1 million. Pause. The jab puts kids at a good bit risk of. I guess that's increased risk of. Yeah, the jab puts kids at increased risk of masturbation. I don't fucking know. Well, I'm just thinking of things that
You'll be on the next sign. It'll be on the next
higher
sign.
risk.
are going to do.
Higher risk.
Yeah.
It'll be on the next sign. It'll be on the next sign. There we go. What's that say?
Growing up.
Heart damage. Oh, fuck off.
Heart damage.
Really? Citation, please. That's what
Well,
scream out there.
no.
Yeah, you have orders of magnitude higher probability of having heart damage from contracting COVID-19
Massively.
than from any of the vaccines.
Massively.
No, see, I'm going to play devil's advocate on that. So, if you get COVID, you might die. If you are dead, you can't get heart damage. Therefore, if you're vaccinated and can't get COVID, you're more likely to have heart damage.
Well, that's about as good an argument as any other Covidiots ever come up with.
It
so.
is.
No long-term studies on fertility. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
They have started those, really, though, haven't they?
Have they?
There have been people that were vaccinated in the first part back in January that have now had their kids. But they had their first bits. It's all risk.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, right. So COVID isn't a risk. Fucking dozy.
you wanted to say the C word. No benefit.
No
let's
benefit.
justify
Come
it.
on.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I've got to go shopping tomorrow. I really hope, because it's Saturday morning, there's a chance they'll be out. If they are, I won't probably be on the show tomorrow, but I'll send the video over to see what the UK one is.
Take a spray. Take a spray can of paint and just spray can over.
Well, is this the one where the last sign is honk if you're horny?
Well, the last sign, I was going to say, the last sign's leaning up against a pole. Makes you wonder if somebody's out sick and couldn't go to the protest because they have COVID.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I know the one that I saw in Hereford, it was like 1 million reports of adverse reactions and stuff like that. And I shouted out the window and said, "Oi, dickhead," because I was feeling very polite at the time, so he was only a dickhead. And it's just like, learn the difference between reports and confirmation. Yeah. I was like having to drive past, but fuck me, it was annoying.
Well, the big problem is in the United States, the VIR system, anybody can report to it. So anti-vaxxers were actually telling their other anti-vax minions to go out and make false reports.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You know, you can't hold up your end of the argument in the science. You got to do shit like that.
It's fine because they're all going to start drinking turpentine now, so we won't have to worry about them.
Yeah, it's
the one that says children can't spread the virus. I mean, now that just makes me so angry. Like exactly what you said is kind of like, yeah, the virus is actually checking your ID to see what age you're. That's okay. You're fine. You're not going to spread me, so it's all right. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, honestly, we checked your ID. I'm sorry, but kids do spread colds and everything. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love my child to death, but kids are germ bags. I'm sorry. Every school year, they come home with new colds. I get a flu shot every year because every year I get something from that, bringing some lovely presents home for me from school.
So the logic is with them is that if you don't suffer from a virus, therefore you can't possibly have it in your system and you can't spread it.
Yeah,
that's the logic of it, which is. Yeah.
It's their logic, but it's not true. I mean, you can carry it on your person and then give it to somebody else, like on your hands as you open a door, and then you shake someone's hand. You probably just passed them back to or gave them to that person. I mean, they don't understand those things. It's just. Yeah, it boggles the mind.
I mean, the kids are still at risk. I mean, for example, there was a kid who died at my local hospital near the beginning of the pandemic. 14-year-old girl, fit, healthy, no health conditions whatsoever, very active sports and all the rest of it, caught COVID and died. You know, it's rare, but it happens. Yeah. You know, so how could you, with that kind of logic, how could you possibly say that there's no way a child could get a virus and spread it at the same time? It's
because they don't give a shit.
No,
yeah, exactly.
Well, here's a point. Think about this. How does an anti-vax fuck go on about unproven treatments and blah, 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 and then tell you to drink fucking turpentine?
I know.
Fuck.
Paint thinner, fucking hell.
This is how we know that anti-vaxxism, that'll do, is a cult. Because you've got the choice. And I've seen a couple of videos been floating about online, and it's a piss take reporter, and he's talking to these people, and he's trying to be polite and stuff like that. He says, I mean, who do you believe when it comes to all this? And the bloke's saying, well, we should believe the people who are being silenced, because obviously they're being silenced for a reason. So, right, okay,
oh, God.
But he goes on and he rips the piss, and the bloke doesn't realize. So it's just like, we should believe the people who've got like proper PhDs in medicine and viruses and stuff like that. I mean, if someone had a PhD in osteoporosis or anything like that, they're not the people you should listen to, are they? And the blokes fucking agree and say, oh no, we shouldn't listen to them. And if, say, their PhD isn't even medical related to it, it's just nutrition, we shouldn't listen to them, are we? It's like, no, that'd be a stupid person to listen to. And we should look at the people who've got clinical trials and actual data behind it, rather than the people just making things up. And the bloke's going, the clinical trials, the ones with evidence, right? Okay. And at the end of it, the guy shakes hands, thank you very much, walks away. And anyone with half brain cell watching it going, well, the anti-vax doesn't have any of the things that this guy's just agreed to fucking believing and requiring as fucking evidence, but because it's said by the mainstream majority that have got the fucking evidence, they fucking ignore it because they're fucking cockends.
So yeah, let's not listen to the scientists. Let's not listen to the medical people and the doctors. Let's listen to Bob on YouTube.
Bob.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's what it
Tenpenny.
that's what it fucking boils down to. This research, and that's what makes me angry the most. Is, you know, and this is the problem with my friend that she actually done that. She's listening to these arsewipes that have been telling all this bullshit. It all started off with some doubts maybe about vaccines before the pandemic started. Now she's fully down the rabbit hole. She believes in flat earth. She believes in the whole kit and caboodle. But I keep saying to her, I said, talk to the people that know about what they're talking about. But she won't. She listens to these fucking idiots, and this is where she's gone down to. And this is what it boils down to. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
I need to call bollocks on that story because that's implying you had a friend.
But aren't you my friend? Oh.
Well, yeah, but I'm an internet friend. That's different.
Oh, all right, okay.
I'll only suck your cock on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh,
You can join in, DKG.
It's heavily booked. Idiots on the internet. I mean, I was going to ask this question earlier, and now there we have a prime example of a absolute fucking moron on the internet recently. Did anybody see FDFE and PhD Tony talk to Mallory?
Oh, no.
I didn't watch it, no.
I would love to hear people's opinions on Mallory, because that person
I can't watch it.
That person should not be given airtime whatsoever.
No,
I can't decide
Give
Poe
us
or just fucking moron.
Give us an example. Can you remember a particular thing?
No, because it's just so fucking stupid. I mean, Mallory was basically pointing out that that the Earth is flat because we've been given signs in movies and music.
Oh God!
And
one of them.
that was the epitome of evidence. Yeah, Kanye West, and you know, and celebrities who say the Earth is flat, and this person claims to be an elementary school teacher. Now, as far as I know, an elementary school teacher has to be smarter than the grade of people she's trying to teach, and it does not come across. And PhD Tony, the poor sod, was I don't know. He was trying to be nice, but I don't know. It's just weird. And these are the people who are on the internet. Giving her airtime just makes this worse. Surely.
People who can actually get on TV to spout nonsense should really be cracked down on, shall we say. I've heard of Maru, but I've never watched any proper bits from her. I do have to laugh at two comments in chat, though. One is from Purple Rhymes with Orange, which is just listen to Nicki Minaj. And for anyone who's not familiar, Nicki Minaj said her cousin in Trinidad's best friend couldn't get married because they got vaccinated and then their balls swelled up and he was too embarrassed to get vaccinated. In other words, he got an STD or something and didn't want to get married. The other one's from Gary Wimbega, which is, heck no, my stepson is currently having a bad side effect from the Johnson & Johnson that he took so he could travel to Colombia. And I've got to laugh because even on stupid bloody TikTok videos I've have, no offense to your son, I hope he's okay, Gary, things like that. Even on TikTok videos, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is taken as a piss take joke because it's just so ineffective and shit like that. I feel sorry for Gary, though.
Feel sorry for. I wonder if it's not feel sorry for us now, because it is just a couple of minutes until the top of the 2 hours.
Uh-oh. Already.
You mean I'm drunk and didn't fall asleep during the stream?
Wow.
Yeah, no
Amazing.
snoring. That's great.
Well done.
Congratulations. Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very proud of you. Very proud.
Got a very quick one just that should be addressed this week that I think myself, M2M, and DKG forgot about. Gary Winbega's just said the local children's hospital threatened to fire any nurses who didn't get vaccinated. They end up allowing religious exceptions because 200 nurses threatened to correct my niece and was one of them, blah, blah, blah. So obviously Gary Winbega's having a weird time with it. But the UK, I think it came into force 3 days ago, something like that. If you're in a care profession, you have to be vaccinated from now on.
Same here.
And people were being sacked from their work.
Absolutely.
So
sorry, but yeah.
I have no ifs and buts about that. It's like, no, as much as crazy as my nan is, and it would be nice for her just to slip away in her sleep or something like that. If you're looking after her, you've got to fucking be vaccinated so you don't give us some shit that's going to cause us any fucking pain or distress. Even if she can't remember my name half the fucking time. I don't want to talk about anything fucking horrible like that. Christ alight. I want her to die peacefully in her sleep when she eventually goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do have to laugh that Gary Winbega, he's got, was it a cousin or something that is suffering from the vaccination and a niece that's possibly going to get sacked or could have got sacked because of nurses' religious exemptions for the vaccination as well. Just seems like he's stuck in the middle of that, really, doesn't it?
Yep. I know a lot of people in life, and I don't know anyone who's doing the anti-vax thing. Not personally. And they're all healthy. So go figure. That's a thing.
Yeah. I only know one. Sadly. But there we go.
Well, should we go around? Aimee, you want to do that thing for us?
Please. Sure. I think we should do that. It's been a great evening, and I'm glad everybody is here. This has been awesome. So let's start right around the room. I'm just going to go as I see my list here. So I'm going to start with Mike Bertelson. Mike, what did you think of this evening?
It was actually a pretty good discussion.
Yes.
We were able to present some pretty good information, but I don't think it's gonna, because the people that are watching us already know the truth. It's all gonna fall on the deaf ears of confirmation bias searching idiots. So some of this stuff just makes me so pissed off. So
I know.
It's kind of hard. But I think we did a good job of covering it, and as always,
I think so too. I think we did do a good job covering it, and yes, anti-vax has been one of my biggest pet peeves for a long time now. So
yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to come up with Mipet next. Mipet, what did you think of this evening?
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked the artwork, the 100,000 Watsy years artwork. That was my favourite bit. I just get angry with anti-mask and anti-vax stupid people. I always count myself so lucky, but I'm so sad for the rest of the world, seriously. And other than that, most of the rest were really forgettable. Oh, Alien Lady, she was cool. But yeah, totally forgettable the rest of the night.
There we go.
But yeah, there you go.
Yay!
Made me laugh.
There we go. Yes, we had a good time, and that's what matters, right? And next up, we have M2M. What did you think of this evening, Matt?
Yeah, it's been a good sort of time to vent, isn't it? Vent, explain a little bit, because I've come across a few, COVID idiots and anti-vaxxers recently, and so it's good to sort of vent a little bit. So yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. It's been good. Good.
Awesome. Thank you. And next up, we have DKG. DKG, what did you think of this evening?
Wow. I mean, it's been a heavy night for the COVID chat. I find it rather boring because it shouldn't even be a fucking discussion. I mean,
Exactly.
little Gary Waybanger in the chat, who says, I would feel more comfortable than nurses weren't vaccinated. I wonder, Gary, is your wife and your sister vaccinated? Same person. Yeah.
And as I've just said to him as well, I said, what are you worried about? You're going to catch the vaccine. I mean,
yeah, it really is fucking stupid. People are just getting off their tits of any crazy shit now. They don't care about facts, science, or anything. They don't even care about fucking logic anymore. They'll just argue against anything and blame it all on the government. You know, all the government are liars and they're out to get you. Yeah, fucking prove that first. And I give up. I give up. Mute me.
Oh, I get that.
And then spank me later.
Ooh, there we go. And next up, we have Sarcastic Barman. Barman, what did you think of this evening?
Good God, the stupid tonight has been ridiculous. From drinking turpentine to just the general Gary Wimbaginess. It's been nuts. I was glad I was drunk from this simply because Dick Dawson's been sat here all night poking me with a stick to make sure I didn't fall asleep. And it's like, no, let me sleep. It's 2 a.m. I'm tired. But no, fucking awesome night. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, some of the things that we've seen and talked about tonight is just mind-numbingly fucking stupid. Plastic alien lady. I think she's actually just waiting to apply for a new role on the new Stargate series that Amazon are going to sort out. Because why else would you want to look like? I don't even know what she's supposed to look like. Possibly a fucked up turnip, because that's all I can think of.
An alien. She's supposed to look an alien.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the makeup department who are trying to make her look like a normal person.
Yeah,
by the way, can I just say, Linda Bertelson actually said that it's body dysmorphia. That's the condition. That's what I was trying to think of, but I couldn't think what it was. So yeah, thanks, Linda.
There we go. Thank you. And next up, we have Dick Dawson. Dick, what did you think of this evening?
Oh, I'm actually shocked at the state of the world. We live in like an unbelievable time in the history of humanity where you have access at any given time all of the information you need to make educated decisions about these matters. And yet we have a small but vocal percent of the population that are, always on the internet that turn to 3 and 5 minute videos from fucking Skiba and whatnot to get their information. What the fuck? Wake up, you goddamn son of a bitches. It's called fucking peer review. You've got to get things actually figured out. You can't just because some asshole said something go, yeah, I always thought that too. So now that he said it, I fucking agree and whatever. Shut the fuck up, wake up and actually educate yourself for once in your life. Go to a library, read a book. For God's sakes, do something to further yourself, you fucking idiot. I'm done.
Thank you. And if I may expand on that as I close out myself, I would just want to say that I want to say the exact same damn thing. It just pisses me off. They'll believe some weirdo on the internet who's a stupid idiot more than they would. And it's so easy to call your doctor's office and ask for someone to, so that you can get information from them. How hard is that? You pick up the phone, you dial the number, you ask a question, they'll be able to tell you. I would rather you did that than go to some asshole on the internet who is a fucking idiot because they know nothing about medicine. They just confirm your stupid bias. So shut the hell up over your anti-vax shit. I'm tired of it. I've dealt with it for 16 years. No, thank you. And with that said, I do want to thank everyone in the chat for coming. We do love you an awful lot, and we do this all for you. And I want to thank the panel for coming as well. Thank you. And sorry about listeing to my yelling and swearing. Sorry. And so I want to thank everyone.
I want to hear more of it. More, please, more.
If anti-vax keeps up, you'll hear more. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great evening.
Good night, everybody. Remember, make
Right.
educated decisions.
Bye.
I've got a joke for Amy. Amy,
Go.
Yeah.
what do you call an anti-vaxxer's midlife crisis?
I don't know. What do you call it?
Their third birthday.
No.
Good night.
Don't be a fuck nugget.
Right.
Yeah, don't
Get
be a
the fucking jab, people. Good night.